Alright guys, today I want to demonstrate a common error that your large format normally has. Sometimes your printer head just loses one nozzle, and I'll show you what I mean in a bit. So your printer head, you know, it has 6 different colors: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you do your nozzle test, ideally you are supposed to see 6 different colors, but it just happens that maybe a color is missing, a color is failing, and all of that. I want to show you how to fix that kind of a problem with your printer head. So right now I'm going to turn on the machine and wait for the machine to initialize. Now after it's initialized and you see this screen right here, then I'll do maintenance, then we'll do nozzle test, then I'll demonstrate what I'm saying to you. Right now you can see that color black is sharp, color blue is sharp, color red is sharp, color yellow is sharp, color red is sharp, but the other blue there is faint. So when you have this kind of a problem on your machine, it's a question of you rearranging your color sequence to match it. So what happened was, previously the color sequence on our machine was like this. Let me show you. This is the normal color sequence of your XP600 large format. Here, like this. Like this. So this is the normal color sequence. It's supposed to be 𝐾𝐶𝐶MMY. But because of the problem that we had to reorder the configuration to suit this. So when you have this kind of a problem, suppose it was black that has a problem, then if it is this black nozzle that has an issue, maybe it is here now that the color has an issue, there is a question of transporting the color to any of the sequence that you want. In this demonstration, I will show you how to solve a problem like this. So this is what it was after we have corrected the problem, but this is me like reversing back in time to show you what the problem was before we did it. So now I'm going to do manual pump. I'm going to do a manual pump. The reason I'm doing manual pump is so that the printer head can pull in some ink. So I'll let it do it for like a second, then I'll cancel it. Then I'll now do clean nozzle. So after the clean nozzle is done, I'll now do a nozzle test again, just so you can see. So in this demonstration, the yellow is bad. If we print like this, we're going to have a lot of issues with the print, because yellow is an important component in your print. If you have to print green, you must need yellow and blue to make green. If you have to print red, you must need yellow and magenta to print red. So you cannot do without yellow. So it can be any color, but in this demonstration I'll show you, suppose the problem you had was with yellow. If you have any other issues other than the color yellow and you don't know how to go about it, you can just reach out to me. You'll see my number at the bottom of the description below. So now the nozzle clean is done. We're going to do another nozzle test, and I'll show you when you have this issue with the yellow. Now you can see now that yellow is now the one that is faint. If you print with this now, the color will never be sharp. So if you have this kind of a problem, all you just need to do is to sacrifice one of the 2 colors. So you see that magenta has 2 colors, cyan has 2 colors, black has 1 color, and yellow has 1 color. So in this case, we're going to decide whether it is blue we're going to sacrifice or red. So we'll just use 1 blue or 1 red. So in this case, I'm going to pick blue. So I will just swap one of the blues with the yellow, right? I'm going to swap one of the blues with yellow. Oh, that's a blue, so I'll keep this blue. Now I'll swap this with this, and then I'll put yellow in between them so that I can now have blue as that last. So you can see now that I have reordered the sequence of those colors. Now that I have reordered the sequence of those colors, I'll then do manual pump again so that the printer head can pull in the proper colors into their proper nozzles. So in this demonstration, we decided to sacrifice blue. So your printer would only print with one blue. Ideally, you can always get away with that if this is the circumstance that you have. So there are two sides of this. The side number one is the machine side of the issue. Then by the time we are done with the machine side of the issue, we will now go on the system. I'll show you how to reorder the color sequence so that what you have manually on your machine tallies with what you have on the software side. So after this, we'll go to 𝐴Tools and we'll see how that works. So so this is how it's supposed to. Great. So that's would be 𝐾𝐶MYMC. Great. So we'll do manual pump again. I have reordered the color again just so we can match the sequence. If we use the previous sequence, it may not work right. So every time you swap the colors of your tube on your printer head, you must always make sure that you do manual pump so that your printer head can pull that ink in. So now you do clean nozzle to wipe the face of the printer head. Every time you do manual pump as well, always remember to do clean nozzle so that your nozzles can be free, to jet out the proper color. So now that we've done this, I'm going to show you this demonstration. Then I'll go on the system. I'll show you how you set the color sequence so that it can match what you have here. Right now we're going to do nozzle test again so that you can see what's really going on. So now press nozzle test. Now you're going to see the colors come out. So now you see we're now back in the state we was. When we started, it was 𝐾𝐶MYMC. Now we're back at 𝐾𝐶MYMC. So now this is all you need to do if you have one nozzle having an issue. So I know the other question is, what if you have two nozzles that is bad and your printer head only has 4 colors popping up? Well, you are still lucky. The print needs CMYK to produce color. So if you lose 2 nozzles, you can still print effectively. If you need instructions on how to get that, just send me a message through the number that is in the description below. Now I think we're done. So now I'm going to show you on the system how you are going to set the color so that it can match, the sequence of your machine. So I'll see you on the computer. Thank you. Alright guys, so we're now on 𝐴Tools, and in this section of the video I want to show you what the color sequence should look like if, say, in the situation where we said your yellow is bad but you now have to reorder it. So now when you open 𝐴Tools, it's going to pop up with this interface, and then you click connect. Now this machine is currently connected to, this system is not connected to any machine right now, so you're definitely going to find an error. But suppose it was connected to a machine, it will give you the right interface. For a video about how to set up 𝐴Tools, I already created a video in my playlist, so you can just check my playlist. You'll find how to set up 𝐴Tools. If you don't know how to do it, you can also reach out to me. I can send you the link of the video. Now, if you have 𝐴Tools installed, you can then come to this interface. You're first going to be greeted by this interface. So that initial interface. Then after you click that interface, you will now get to this place. So you press entry advanced setup here, just here, entry advanced setup. Now after you've pressed entry advanced setup, in fact, let me mark you for you so you can see it, right? So you press entry advanced setup. So you click on entry advanced setup. So once you click on entry advanced setup, it's going to give you this interface. It's going to request for this password. The password that goes in here is 16753. So that's the password for here. Once you do that password thingy, it's going to ask you to press yes, and then you press yes. Alright, that's that for that. So once you do that, it's then going to take you to this second interface. Let me just close that. It's going to take you to the second interface, which is this one. So when it gets you to here, this is basically where I wanted you to get to. Remember that in the previous positions, we had K, C, M, Y, and C as the sequence that we had to reorder. So now that's exactly how it played out here. You see that K is the first letter here, then followed by capital letter C, followed by capital letter M, followed by capital letter Y, and then M, small letter m, and then small letter c. Now this color sequence explains what I was talking about the other time when I was saying you will need to sacrifice either magenta or cyan. In this case we have sacrificed cyan. So the cyan now is where yellow is supposed to have been. Now the question is, why do we have capital letter K, capital letter C, capital letter M, capital letter Y? Well, but the capital letter colors are the main colors that your machine uses. Don't forget, every print requires a combination of C, M, Y, and K. In this case, you can reorder it anyhow. As long as it matches with what is on your printer head, you're good to go. So the capital letter K, C, M, Y are the main colors. Then the small letter M and C are the supporting colors for the magenta and the cyan. Well, why is this 6 colors? That is why it's called XP600. It uses only a 6-color model. If you are using something like a DX5 or a DX7, you may have an 8-color model, or maybe you're using a Ricoh and any other printer head. You will have to check those printer heads to find out how many nozzles they have. But XP600 printer heads only uses 6-colored nozzles. So 4 of those color nozzles are the master colors, then the 2 of those other small colors are the slave colors. So once you have this set up on your system, you can then press OK, and then you run a print. Now after this, I'm not going to show you a video of the machine printing with these 5 colors so that you can have exactly how it turns out. So thank you very much. Now let's go back to the machine and see how it all played out. Thank you. Same side, now we're about to do the demonstration of the print now, having reordered the color sequence. So I'm going to do a nozzle test real quick so that you can see it. Alright, so you can see that nozzle color sequence now. You can see K, you can see C, M, Y. So all these 4 are the capital letter colors. These 4 alone will print just anything you want. The color density may not be good enough because you did not add the slaves to it, but you will still project color. But the good part is that the magenta is working well, but it's the cyan that we have sacrificed. Can you see that? So now we're going to send a print to this machine now so that we can demonstrate that the printer will still print effectively regardless of that color. So yeah, send a job to this machine now. That the machine is using what it has to produce what you want. So you see that the yellow is printing properly, the blue is printing properly. Only though, if you look very well, you see that the density of the blue is a little light, but then most customers are not going to observe this anyways. Now this can work even if you're using a DTF. This works anywhere you have a 6-color printing machine. If you have 8-color printers also, the same thing is going to work. In 8-color printers, you even have more luxury because you can now slave even cyan, yellow and black have their slave color. So that's pretty much everything we need to cover in this series. If you need any help or any information about how printers work, do get around to us. And then secondly, if you want to buy parts, we sell parts and we ship all over the world. Lastly, let me just show you what we printed so you can see it. Can you see that's what we printed? And then look at what it brought. So can you see, guys, if you have any information about how machines work, or you have a need for consultation, you can book a consultation with me at the description below at seller.com. Then my consultations are paid, by the way, it's not free. So just in case you reach out to me. And then lastly, if you've gotten any value from this, please like our page, like this video, and then please subscribe so that next time we produce a new video, you can get access to it. So guys, that's all. If this was black, you do the exact same things. If it was red, you do the exact same things. But if you have more than 3 nozzles not working, then I will congratulate you and advise you to buy a new printer head. By the way, we sell printer heads, we sell capping stations, we sell every part of this machine. I hope this has helped you as much as I've been thrilled to create it. Do have a lovely day. Take care.